Hi, thank you for listening to another one of my open journal tapes on my philosophy on different subjects and questions that come to my attention. This topic or this particular subject that I'm going to talk about will probably be talked about a little bit more thoroughly in future tapes. But just for the sake of this tape alone, excuse me, for the sake of this tape alone, I want to give some key points on this particular subject, which is about love. And the question was, um, do I believe in love? And also, what is my definition of love? Well, I was actually kind of excited when I found out that this question came across to me in my email. Um, my definition on love and what I believe love to be transcends its original shell, if you will, of emotion. Its original housing effect of how one feels about someone else intimately or um, as a family or friend type feeling. I personally believe that love is a lesson all in itself, because true love and real love has no eyes. It does not see what it's loving. And when a person is just loving and they're not being mindful spiritually and mentally, above all spiritually though, when they're not being mindful spiritually about where their love is heading or what direction their love is positioned in, things tend to always go south, south, however you want to use it. I don't want to be overly technical with my words here. But I strongly believe, just out of me personally and from my own experiences of distributing love and being fortunate enough to receive it in so many different ways, I believe love, or the definition of love, is duty. And I say that because you can always love something, or say it rather. Let me correct that. You can always say you love someone or even something, but how are you displaying that love? Let me be more specific, because some people, and if not a lot of people, really believe that love is obtained through duty or a display of material action. That's not it at all, because no matter what your belief is, whatever your religion is, they all kind of have the same concept when it comes down to that particular subject, that particular word, love. A person can speak anything out their mouth, but their action needs to follow in order for it to be made whole. It's almost like that saying, faith without works is dead. Like, having love is like having faith. But if there's no action being applied with that faith, if there's no action being applied with that love, then it's just talk, for lack of better words. I like to try to keep my tapes simple so that everyone can understand. So my point is, in order to say you love someone, there has to be an unconditional display of duty. There needs to be a spiritual display, a mental display, an emotional display, and a physical display. They all need to come together. Some may come more than others, but they all need to come together. And the person who you are displaying this particular type of love to needs to be wise enough to understand what love is. Because some people grow old and gray and they really do not know what love is. They live their whole lives thinking that love is obtained through the purchase of an object or through the purchase of themselves. Some people will literally sell themselves to you and say that they love you and that you truly love them because you gave them X amount of dollars. Just to clarify something, I'm a firm believer that money can't buy everything. But I'm also wise enough to understand that it sure as heck makes things a lot more comfortable in this material world that we live in. So it's a very complex topic, but I promise you, if you focus mainly on the spiritual part of your life, then, and you don't have to be a holier than thou type of individual. I'm definitely not saying that if you obtain some type of ascension spiritually, that you should look down on the rest of the world like they're still learning. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, no matter what you know, even myself, with the knowledge and the education that I have, I'm still learning. And I'm wise enough to know that I'm still learning, and I utilize the things that I've learned to benefit someone, to help benefit someone else, as well as myself. That's just how I am. But when you say you love someone, it has to be equivalent to how much you love something that excites you the most. Like a guy who loves working on cars. If he truly loves working on cars, he will work on that damn car whether he gets paid or not. That's the same type of love you have to have for a person you'd say I love you to, because you have to be willing to have an unconditional drive, an unconditional fire about what you will do for that person, how much you will do for that person. You must show a duty. You know, it has to feel like one of the highest achievements. And when you have that type of emotion burning inside you for another, then you will be you will truly be displaying what I believe to be a real act of love. That particular love is unconditional. There's no limitation to it, but there's conscious caution. And even with your conscious caution, you still know how to articulate what you do in your duty towards another person. So that's my belief on love, and that is what I believe love to be. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day.